Understanding the psychology of decision-making during crises is crucial for leaders and organizations to make effective and rational choices under high stress and uncertain circumstances. Several psychological factors influence decision-making during crises. 1. Emotional influence. Crises trigger strong emotions like fear, anxiety, and panic, which can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions. Emotional intelligence is vital for leaders to manage their own emotions and those of their team members. 2. Cognitive biases. During crises, people are prone to cognitive biases such as confirmation bias, favoring information that confirms existing beliefs, anchoring, relying heavily on initial information, and availability bias, relying on readily available information. Being aware of these biases can help mitigate their impact on decision-making. 3. Loss aversion. People tend to be more risk-averse when faced with potential losses than when presented with opportunities for gains. This aversion to losses can influence decisions during a crisis, leading to conservative actions. 4. Groupthink. In high-stress situations, there may be a tendency for group members to conform to the prevailing opinion and suppress dissenting views. Groupthink can hinder critical analysis and lead to flawed decisions. 5. Crisis fatigue. Decision-making can be affected by fatigue and cognitive overload during prolonged crises. Leaders need to recognize the signs of fatigue and manage their and their team's workload effectively. 6. Heuristics. During crises, people may rely on mental shortcuts or heuristics to simplify decision-making. While these heuristics can be helpful in certain situations, they can also lead to suboptimal choices in complex and rapidly changing scenarios. 7. Information overload. Crises often inundate decision-makers with vast amounts of information. This information overload can make it challenging to prioritize and process data effectively. 8. Tunnel vision. In high-pressure situations, decision-makers may focus excessively on short-term goals and immediate solutions, neglecting potential long-term consequences. 9. Decision fatigue. Continuously making critical decisions during a crisis can lead to decision fatigue, diminishing the quality of subsequent choices. Leaders should consider delegating certain decisions or rotating decision-making responsibilities. 10. Risk perception. The perception of risk is subjective and can vary among individuals. Some may be overly risk-averse, while others may underestimate risks. Understanding different risk perceptions is essential for making well-balanced decisions. 11. Social influence. The behavior and decisions of others can influence individual decision-making during crises. Leaders should be aware of the potential for social influence and encourage open dialogue and diverse perspectives. To counteract these psychological factors during crises, decision-makers should foster open communication and encourage diverse viewpoints. Prioritize emotional well-being and stress management for themselves and their team. Stay informed with reliable information, but also be aware of cognitive biases and heuristics. Practice scenario planning and engage in decision-making simulations to prepare for various crisis situations. Remain flexible and adapt decisions as the crisis evolves. By understanding the psychology of decision-making during crises and actively managing its impact, leaders can make more effective choices that align with the organization's objectives and effectively address the challenges posed by the crisis.